Hello, Black Orlando Tech family. Welcome. We are going to wait for a few more people to hop into the live before we get started. Hello, good evening. Remember to go ahead and like and share. Go ahead and hit share on this live video so we can get a few more viewers in before we kick things off. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started in just a minute. We're going to wait for a few more people to hop in before we kick things off. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit share so that way we can get a couple of more people in. Hi, AJ. Thanks for joining. Hey, Rose. Thanks for joining. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We are excited. We are officially kicking off the next tech cohort series next month in August. And one of your cohort leads is Renee Palma. She will be your cohort lead for the Introduction to IT Project Management. In addition to being a certified project manager, she's also the founder and CEO of the Palma Project. And so you're going to learn all about everything that she's doing in the community, her business, in addition to learning about what you can expect in the 8-week cohort for IT project management. So, yeah. Renee, how are you this evening? You're looking good.
Thank you, because that took a lot of work today.
You made it happen, girl. You made it happen.
I did. I pulled every trick out of my bag.
Well, we are so grateful. We are excited about the next cohort. We have some very eager participants. You know, with everything that's going on right now, the community is definitely focused on skilling up, pivoting in their careers and in their business. And I know the information that you're going to share tonight will be super valuable. So I'll go ahead and kick it off and throw it to you, Renee.
Thank you. So hello, everybody. Rose, Mike, Jesse. Hello to all of you. I'm so glad that you took the opportunity to join this. Project management is absolutely a wonderful thing. It's a necessity, and the more things change, especially in 2020, the more we start to get an idea of where it actually falls in the lives of not just adults and career professionals, but youth and young adults, which is something that is a passion for the Palma Project. So thank you all for joining me. I'm excited to talk to you about the 8-week cohort for IT project management. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, let's see. So the Palma Project, yes, this is a company that we founded in 2017. I'm not going to read verbatim, but our company is focused on delivering, of course, high quality and effective project management to organizations throughout Central Florida. And we primarily work with small to mid-size just due to the nature and size of our company. But do the people on board here pack quite the punch. The passion side of our business is to work with youth and young adults and to work to instill in them those concepts of project management and soft skills that will help them be successful in secondary education. So if you are interested in supporting an organization like that, hit me up outside of this. I would love to talk to you. We have one individual, her name is Elizabeth Miniachi, and she is such an avid supporter. She has a project management background and knows the importance that it plays with youth and young adults. She's such an avid supporter. Without her, we couldn't keep things like this going on for our youth and young adults. We partner with schools like Evans High School through the FLU program. Sandra Fatmi is an amazing advocate for youth and young adults in inner city communities and making sure that the students there that are so very bright are not left behind. And so you helping us, the Liz Maniachis of the world helping us to help these students is what it's all about. It's all about paying it forward. Um, let's see, what's our next slide that we're going to talk about? There we go. Oops. All right, so who am I? Well, that's a kind of a mouthful, and anybody that knows me knows that's a very loaded question. But most immediately, I will tell you that I'm passionate about what I do. So founding the Palma Project and being their CEO means the world to me. I fell into project management by accident. Graduated from a great university, the University of Connecticut. I'm a Husky baby, and I bleed blue. Got recruited to do computer graphic design for a major newspaper and realized that I don't like doing other people's creativity. Sorry, just wasn't for me. And that I believe there was some rhyme to reason to what I do like to do with my A-type personality, and it turned out to be project management. And then I went on a mission to make project management my life. I am a mother. I am someone's friend. I'm a very good friend. I'm a mentor and a mentee. I am certified in project management. I'm via PMP, which is an international designation. I am CAPO certified, which is a certified agile process owner. So as we talk more about being a IT project manager versus a business project manager, and we start talking about the methodologies, that's where that comes into play. And I'm also a certified process design engineer. And that is those are both ITIL foundational type certifications. And so you can tell if you know IT that my love is in the IT realm. What else can I tell you about me? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a multiple business owner. I spent 23 years in IT project management, making it to the executive level and finally saying corporate is not my home anymore. I'm okay with that. I have done business project management in the past, and let me just tell you, there is a fine line between IT and business. There really is. And it's something that it's kind of like an age-old battle, but it's something to be respected. And it's something that if you're serious about project management, you know what that difference is and you embrace it and you run with it. Okay. Let's see. I've worked in what industries? Government, health, health and health insurance, technology, financial services, and travel and leisure. So I've kind of done it all. I told you before, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, mother, mentee, and a mentor. I believe in giving back. I am a New Yorker. Don't ever get it twisted. So I am a Giants fan, but let me just tell you, I love the Seahawks. I'm sorry. I've been a Seahawks fan since they were that team trying to climb to the top. So I'm one of those ride or dies. I found them, I love them, fell in love with them, and I will ride with them. Excuse me. So I am a Marvel lover. Yes, I did collect Marvel comic books, and Wolverine is my favorite. So, yep. If you happen to like comics and you like Marvel, and you want to talk to me and make me smile, come talk to me about Wolverine. So let's talk about this 8-week course. Woo woo! What's going to happen in this 8-week course? In this 8-week course, it's going to be very fast paced, okay? But we are going to talk about changing the ever changing world of project management, specifically IT project management. And those people that embrace and know project management knows that you know that change is inevitable, okay? Change management, yes, I love change management, risk management, issue management, and I can literally go on for a lifetime. But you know that change is inevitable. So we're going to talk about the processes, the methodologies, the tools, the knowledge, and the skills all around IT project management and being an effective project manager, right? By the time we finish, you're going to be able to grasp the difference between IT and business, okay? You're going to be prepared to consider possible career transitions, because a lot of people that have hit me up about that have said, oh, I've been thinking about it. Oh, I've been thinking about it. Well, we've all been thinking about a lot of things a lot. Pull the trigger. So if this foundational course does not give you something to pull the trigger with, I don't know what will. But you'll also leave understanding the certification opportunities available to you. One of the biggest questions that I get when people ask me to mentor them is, do I need to be certified, Renee? Guys, listen. I could talk to you for hours about becoming certification. My mother always taught me that money talks and BS walks. All right. So when you talk to me about whether you need to be certified, it's going to be a real talk. And then you're going to decide what's right for you, because what's right for me and 10,000 other people may not be what's right for you. So we're going to have those conversations. We're going to have open table around that. And I'm going to answer the questions that you have. We're going to talk about salary in the same breath that we talk about certifications. Okay. Because when my mother said the money talks and BS walks, you can't very well ask someone to compensate you based on something you don't have. Okay. Being certified is an investment. Invest in yourself is what I tell people. But again, you have to figure out what's right for you. So we're going to talk about PM life cycles, process groups that exist within the PMI world, software development methodologies, which really define you as an IT project manager, the tools. We'll talk about network diagrams. We'll talk about Kanban boards. We'll talk about project plans and lists. I am still an old school person. I love the IRAD, issues, risks, action items, assumptions, and decisions document. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about staying on task, right? And you've got to be able to see the straight path through the vendors, through the stakeholders, through the issues, through the risks, through the broken scope. You've got to be able to see the end result, and you've got to be consistently planning. It is not about the plan, people. It is about your capability to plan continuously. And we're going to talk about certifications and salary. So let's go to slide number 5. So we are going to talk about project management, like I said, IT versus business, what it is, where it exists, why it exists, and how it impacts the organization that you serve and the path that you choose to go from a project management perspective. And then we'll talk about roles and responsibilities. Guys, this is like, woo-woo. If you don't know the people on the playground with you, you will get booted off the playground. Knowing the roles and the responsibilities of those people on your playground, it's imperative. You cannot be successful if you do not pay attention to who is on the playground with you. Not only who is on the playground, why are they on the playground? Who sent them? What are they bringing to the table? And what do you need from them? Listen, okay? It is, PMI, when I studied for my PMI exam years ago, it was PMI is king. That's great. But a king is only as good as the kingdom that he serves, okay? And if you don't know what the needs are for the people in the kingdom you serve, you are not a good king. And hence, you're not a good project manager. So we are going to talk about roles and responsibilities. We are also going to talk about tools. Again, I told you a couple of my favorite, right? Kanban board, the IRAD. The shorter version of that is just an issues document, risk management documents, and metrics related to that. Dashboards. Whew! I have seen some doozies of dashboards, and I have also seen people bastardize them and waste time, literally burn through a dashboard that made no sense and served no purpose. So we are going to talk about tools, when you use them, and how they need to be used. All right. Soft skills. So it's ironic that this is something that I preach about so often, because for a very long time, I did not realize that I lack soft skills. And it's not because you're a bad person, and it's not because you suck. It's because no one loved you enough to tell you that you lack in the soft skills department. And I have no problem telling that to people, because when you know, it makes you a better person. Okay. Knowing is only half the battle. You actually have to be willing to accept it and do something about it. Soft skills, communication, leadership, listening. These are all soft skills that people take for granted. And about now going on 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, the CEO of LinkedIn actually did a study calling out the 4 or 5 top soft skills that were being missed in the youth of leaders of tomorrow, so the youth of today. So it's imperative that we're just not looking for them to pick up the soft skills, but that as adults in the industry, we are doing our job to make sure that we are exercising the appropriate soft skills given the situation and circumstances, and that we're cognizant enough to be able to make a determination of when to use them and how to use them. So we will talk about soft skills, because let me tell you something. A good project manager can change anybody's opinion in a room if they do their homework and they literally enlist the right arsenal of soft skills at the right time. You can change someone's opinion. You can get their buy-in. You can give them some skin in the game to bring them where you need them to bring them to get to the next phase of your project. Only good project managers can do that exercise and utilize soft skills. All right. Certification salaries. So certifications, PMI. So there's the project management certification. There's the program manager certification. PMI merged with Agile World. And so there are technology-based project management certifications around Agile. There are ITIL certifications that are more just technology based. There are a whole slew of certifications, and the biggest thing that people do is waste their time going after certifications that they will never use, that will never, ever, ever go anywhere. You pay a lot of money for these certifications, guys. Don't piss it away. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Take your time, figure out where you want to go, figure out what you're good at, and then identify the certifications that are right for you. We're going to talk about these certifications, what they cost, how long they take, how long you have them, when they have to be renewed, what you have to do to renew them, because it is not go get a certification and bam, here I am. See me, people, certification, pay me the money. It doesn't work like that. Sorry, it doesn't. You need to maintain certain ones, and that costs money to maintain them. So if you're going to do it, be serious about it. Invest in yourself. All right. So I'm going to make sure you know where to go for the certification, how long it should take you, the type of studying that you should be doing for it. The credits and units, learning educational units. Hey, AJ, that's right, PM baby. Woo-hoo! um, the educational units that you have to take to maintain that certification every 3 years. If you're PMP certified, it's 60, and 60 units are needed. And then in different categories. So it gets a little kludgy, and it's a lot to take on at first, and it gets very overwhelming. And yes, people do get audited. Their applications for certification do get audited and rejected. So, again, certifications come with a lot of thought, and you need to be serious about them, guys. Okay. And, that's right, but invest in yourself. And then let's see, what's our next slide? We're going to talk about what you're going to do differently, because here's the worst thing that can happen. You sit here for the 8 weeks, you learn all of this stuff, you read the articles, we have these discussions, I expose you to these areas that you can better yourself with, and then you just walk away, you do nothing different. Why? This is not what we're doing it for. I want to know, and I need you to tell us what you're going to do differently, guys. Like me, next time I'm going to plug my PC in and let it charge before something like this. But I digress. I think we've got this one. So what are we going to do differently? Dwight Eisenhower said this. If you look at the picture on your screen with the clear path, right? Planning is everything. The plan is nothing. When I work with youth and young adults, guys, I tell them all the time, have a plan. But have a plan that you're not afraid to change, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about having the right tool set available to you to be able to change and pivot as life changes and projects change and portfolios and programs change. A good project manager is not going to say, wait a minute, no, we didn't sign up for this. This isn't what we agreed to, because that's not how projects, not the evolution of a project or a program. It's going to change. You got to change with it. You have to have the right tool set, the right skills to change with it. And organizations want that. They don't want project managers that are going to complain and show them a 500-line project plan that 499 of those items never happen the way you planned for it. That's not what they want. That's not what they need. So being a project manager is being able to change, okay? It's being able to keep your eye on the prize and fitting things in where they actually belong based on the change that has actually occurred. All right. So I know I'm a New Yorker. I speed talk. Listen, sharing is caring, guys. Do me a favor, go out to the Palma Project on Facebook and like it. Check us out on Instagram and like that, all right? And don't forget to show some love to Black Orlando Tech, okay, who is bringing you some of the most amazing cohorts, literally a plethora of information at a micro fraction of the cost that it would cost to get some of the knowledge that is being shared by professionals. Definitely, Black Orlando Tech deserves a lot of support, and they're going to need your support to keep doing what they do for everybody. So I'm going to, this is, doop, doop, doop. I'm going to see how much battery I actually have left. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to run and get a cord while you guys pop your questions in there. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So let's see. What are some of the questions that we got going on here? All right, let's see. Yes, Jesse, plan your work and work your plan. That is exactly what we need to do. You got to work that plan. If you have a project plan that actually stays the same, something is wrong. Something is wrong. All right. What else we got here? Oh, AJ, Tampa Bucks and Orlando Magic, you're killing me. No. Yes, Omar, Wolverine, baby, all day. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you could have seen me through that. So any questions? Are there any other questions that I can answer? I really am looking forward to seeing as many of you join us for the 8-week cohort. Oh, AJ says, would this course be beneficial for a project manager looking to switch from construction to IT, or is just for individuals looking to learn about project management? So AJ, that's a really good question. I learned very quickly when I relocated here to the South, to Central Florida, that construction project management was huge here. And there's a very big difference in the execution style of construction project management, business project management, and IT project management. I think that for construction project management, hearing more about IT project management would be very beneficial, because the same way that construction is an entity on top of the business objective that company is already executing against. That's the same thing with technology. It's technology is a layer on top of the business objective of the project, which is why very often when you're dealing in large corporations, there is a corporate project manager or a corporate program management office that has a project manager assigned to something. That project manager very often has an IT project manager and a business project manager. And so this would be kind of the same, a construction project manager and a business project manager, and maybe throw an IT one in there. So I think that seeing how the phases and the methodologies layer on top of one another could be very, very beneficial for you. I hope I answered your question. If not, hit me up with something else in there, and I'll try to get closer to answering it for you. Hello, Jessica. Jessica is just learning more about project management, and she's gaining resources Is it gaining resources to lead a team to executing client projects in different fields? Let me read this again. I'm not quite understanding your question. Just do me a favor, Jessica, try to rephrase that and come at me one more time with that. My apologies. Okay, hello, Rose. Rose is not currently in a project management role. Is it a challenge to find projects to work on the side to gain experience required for PMP? Well, I find here in Central Florida, yes, that is the case. That if it is not your designation or you're not employed as a project manager, I have not seen what I saw up north, that people can hire project managers on some of the technology sites and get that work done. But that doesn't mean it can't be done. So what I would suggest is that you find some of these technology entrepreneur sites where people will hire a developer, or they'll hire a media specialist or an AV person. Find one of those sites and find someone looking for project management, and build yourself a profile there that speaks to someone that is in the project management discipline, and try to take on some small projects to get that done. If and when you are seeking certification, the PMP certification in particular, you will have to satisfy a certain number of hours and or educational years of experience to be able to qualify to take the exam. So it's good that your head is there and you're trying to get that experience early. Now, I will also tell you this. A lot of people execute jobs or have roles that aren't project manager in title, but the work that they do is project management. So I would be more than happy to talk with you offline about what you do and see if it fits into one of the categories or process areas of project management, to see how we could write that up as some supporting hours for what you do. Because right now, as a PMP professional, you will earn a certain number of PDUs a year just in executing your job on an everyday basis, as long as it has principle, practices, and concepts of project management. I hope that answered your question. Hello, Kelda. What does the average IT project manager earn annually? Oh, that is such a loaded question. Especially because I just had a conversation with one of the VPs for a very large athletic brand. I won't say the name of it. And he was describing to me the qualifications of their project managers and the salary bands that their project managers work within. Here's what I will tell you. The average earning of a project manager differs by geographic location and industry. That's always going to be the case. Okay. So, a new project manager starting, I'll just give you an example. So, from a corporate perspective, a new project manager, let's say with 3 years of experience under their belt at a mid to large size company, can probably expect to make about $75,000 a year, and that's for a young project manager. Um, 3, 4 years ago, I'll tell you, a director in IT project management with their certification and 10 minimum years under their belt could probably be bringing in $150,000 a year, and that's without bonus. So, again, industry, geographic location, okay, I'm still here, guys. All right. So, again, I got cut off, but I hope that, we can and we will during the class go into more in depth information about salaries and the type of project manager and type of corporation. I'm a proponent that if, project management is something you really love and you want to do it for a financial reason, go corporate all the way. You must go corporate and you need to go big. Don't do small. Go big or go home. All right. What other questions do we have? PM resume writing, how to present yourself as an IT PM. What may be the best methodology? Jesse, that is really awesome. Because I got to tell you, I have seen some bad resumes out there, like just bad. But here's the thing, not everybody specializes in resume writing. So to differentiate yourself on your resume and say, I am an IT project manager, first of all, be bold enough to call yourself one. Okay. I've read resumes where people want to straddle the fence and they say, project management with exposure in both business and IT. That's great. But when I made it to the executive level, I didn't. I run a team of IT project managers. I didn't want any business project managers. I didn't. IT project managers have a different rhythm of operating. Um, Personalities to me are very different, but that's just me. Okay. So when you're writing your resume, you want to call yourself an IT project manager, and you got to be okay with that. That may scare some business people off. A lot of business people tend to think IT project managers are very aggressive and only see things in black and white and not the many colors of the rainbow. You got to be okay with that. The methodologies are out there. You're not an IT project manager if you can embrace terminology like agile and talk to it, right? That's, you need to know what that is, and you need to know what the rainbow of agile is, right? You need to understand what Scrum is, be able to have an active conversation, be able to demonstrate on your resume how you executed these methodologies and at what time and under what conditions. So we will talk about all of that when we start talking about the difference between an IT project manager and a business project manager. But that was a really great question, Jesse. Jessica wanted to know more about the specific role of project management in business and technology. Then this is the cohort for you, Jessica. I hope to see you at this 8-week session. Project management. Okay, let me just put this to rest. Project management and the phases of project management and the process groups is very basic, and it's the same for business or technology. The software development methodology chosen to execute and to have a project manager that is well versed in that technology space or terminology or that methodology is what constitutes the difference between an IT and a business project manager. Okay, so if I'm telling you that, we'll talk more about it during the cohort. If you are someone just interested in project management, still join the cohort, because now you've got an advantage and you can decide which track you actually want to take. It was years ago that I got my master's certificate from George Washington University in IT project management. That's how committed I was to making sure that I never slid to the business track ever again. Once you start learning the difference, you will find where you belong. You will. And let me just tell you, once you do that, it's like the doors opening and your brain seeing differently. It's definitely worth it. All right. Okay, let's see. When does the course start and how many hours per week? So this course starts at the beginning of August. Kelda, keep me honest about the date. I want to say it's the 8th. It is in the evening. It's 6 o'clock. It's for 1 hour. So we will meet one time a week. During the off times, I will send you guys interesting articles that I think will benefit you. I will also share documentation for you to peruse until we meet again, and then we'll talk more in depth about the documentation, like the type of dashboards. When we start talking about tools, the type of dashboards, what a sample IRAD is. And my IRADs, let me tell you, in my years, I had IRADs that would literally make your eyeballs fall out. And then, the danger of being a really good project manager is knowing when not to bring it home to your family, right? So I think the years that I actually made diagrams on how to use the washing machine and dryer so that my kids didn't destroy them, maybe was a little bit too much, but I can promise you, goodness, I cannot pronounce your name without messing it up, and my sincerest apologies. But this cohort is not going to get you to that point, but we will get you pretty close, okay? So hopefully we'll see you in August. Let's see. Did I miss anything? We talked about salary. The challenges. That's another thing, guys. There are challenges in project management that, over the years, I used to tell people, project managers, you must have a thick skin to be a project manager. You have to. It's one of those things that with projects, when something can go wrong, it will go wrong, which is why you actually have to be able to work the plan on a regular basis. But project managers also deal with a lot of emotions, not just from themselves, but from other people. And when you are the project manager and everybody is looking at you to make rhyme or reason to the chaos that is actually happening, and the bill rates are actually going up and you're actually going over budget, right? The golden triangle for time, cost, and scope is actually being obliterated. One CFO used a term that I hate this term, guys. He called it the throat to choke, and it intimidated a lot of people often on calls. You know, he would get on with his big burly voice. He was out of the Atlanta area, and he would go, "I just want to know whose throat to choke." Yeah, no. Um, so needless to say, as a IT director of projects, I put that to a stop. But project managers are met with this every single day, multiple times a day by multiple people, which is why as long as you're working with a tool set and you're exercising and utilizing what you know about soft skills, you help to keep that type of behavior at bay and you don't internalize it, right? So the thick skin is still absolutely necessary, but you get, you know, kind of like this cape of capabilities and techniques that kind of protect you from it. So it's pretty cool. It is definitely pretty cool. All right. Are there any more questions, Kelda, that I may have missed on here? I think we got Rose. We talked about when the course starts. I like Rose writes that I can see myself doing that. Rose, I truly hope that I'm going to see you in August. I'm looking forward to it. And yes, go big or go home. All right, guys. Definitely, please feel free to reach out to me. Send me questions that you have in Messenger, but definitely go out to this event on Black Orlando Tech and put the questions that you have there. I'll be taking a look at that over the next couple of days, and I'd be more than happy to answer any of those questions for you. All right, Kelda, it's all you.
Awesome. Thanks, Renee. This was
Yeah.
amazing. Guys, Renee's cohort kicks off on August 6th, every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. So
6 and 6, 6 and 6.
you got to be able to remember that. We've gone ahead and dropped the link to register and to learn more about her cohort in the chat. So click the link. And if you have any other questions, feel free to hit up Renee or reach out to us at info@blackorlandotech.org. All right, guys, thanks for joining. We'll see you later.